y'all? Welcome back to the Made in Beauty podcast. I'm Erica,
I'm Amber.
and let's jump right into it today, girl. We are fresh off of a fast. I think I told y'all I was on a fast before, and then this one decided to do a fast, and I wanted to do it with her. So let's jump into that because that's what's recently happened. We just came off of that one yesterday.
Yep. It's Tuesday, yes.
Yeah. So how you feel?
I feel good. Now that I have my shit back.
What you mean?
All the stuff I let go.
Yeah.
So, we filmed Wednesday. And so after we finished filming, we were just having we were just chopping it up or whatever. And so you were like, I think you should do a fast. And I'm like, okay, I'll do one. And you was like, at least try to do one before January is out. And so then I left Thursday. I was like, well, I'll start fasting Friday. So I was like, we're gonna do Friday to Sunday. I was talking to my mom about it. She was like, Amber, mothers, right? She was like, Amber, don't do a water fast. Like you'll kill yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. And so she's like, you could do like the Daniel fast. She told me about that. And so basically that is traditionally it's from January 2nd until January 22nd. And typically people don't eat meat, no carbs, no rice, no liquor, wine, anything like that. And
nothing.
It was something else. I can't remember. But basically that's the gist of it. Like water and vegetables and
no
fruit.
Animal products.
No eggs, no dairy.
No
that
cheese.
was the other thing. No dairy,
yeah.
So no cheese and stuff like that. And I also didn't smoke during this time. So, because I was like, I really felt like I can fast from food. I've dieted before. I really don't have like I know I can discipline myself in that way. So I'm like, this is not even really going to be difficult for me. So I'm like, let me just throw in the smoke because I know that's going to be like
a challenge.
So, yeah, so we started Friday. I went to the store Thursday, got like a bunch of vegetables, a bunch of nuts. I had found like this snack pack. Couldn't eat that because it was like, you look on the ingredients of stuff and it's sugar in it.
In
like,
everything.
Literally. It was like dried cranberries in there and what the cranberries were like, I guess, coated in.
Yeah.
It was just sugar and something else.
Right.
So you couldn't eat it. So once I realized that, I'm like, okay, damn. But I did have some other nuts. I had like cashews and pistachios. And I had carrots and stuff like that. So I got all my stuff to stay equipped.
Right.
Friday wasn't bad. Friday wasn't horrible. Got up, took the kids to school, did my regular morning routine. Water, drank like a gallon of water. So I was like, okay, I'm all right. Like, I'm okay. Like, I was busy, so it was cool. Saturday was tough because typically on the weekends,
that's when you let loose.
You unwind, you
have a drink.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you anticipate to do that, and it's like, I can't do that. So I'm like, what do I do with myself? So I cleaned. I washed every cloth in my house. There's no cloth uncleaned in my home. Like, that was the tough day. That was the day I'm like, yeah, I don't know about this. I need to. And then also, so some work stuff came up. This is what I realized too. I associate smoking with work, which is pretty bad, right? So
some people have to smoke to be productive.
It's not even to be productive. It's almost like a reward. So when I found myself doing work stuff, like, I was like, dang, that's when I felt the urge to want to go smoke. Because I'm like, it's kind of like how I reward myself after I'm doing something or while I'm doing something, I'm smoking. So yeah, that was the difficult part. Whenever it was a task that came up, it was like, that's my natural, like, because I didn't even, like, everything that would try to trigger me to smoke, I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it was like, what do I do with myself?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. What do you think? What was the toughest part for you?
Saturday was tough. Mine was tough too because I had been fasting. So really, I did eat meat. I want to say Wednesday when we came back here. I ate meat for like a day.
Okay.
And then we went into the fast. So it probably wasn't as bad as it could have been because I had already been restricting myself earlier in the week. But Saturday was tough because I was just, I wanted meat. Like, I was like, okay,
That was the funny part because I still haven't eaten meat.
See, you can give it up then.
That's what I'm
If
saying.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you know what? Let's see next week how you feel.
Yeah. The only Saturday he came in with like wings. It was like late because he came home late. So like around 11:30 we were talking and he came in with like wings and like fries and I was like, ooh, that smelled good. But it wasn't because it was like I wanted it. It was just it's there.
Yeah, it's there.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I still haven't eaten meat. So I'm like, all right, just stick with it, whatever.
Yeah, that's good though. That's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl, I needed I'm like a piece of chicken. So what did I end up eating once I broke my fast? Yeah, that was yesterday. I ate tacos. Mm-hmm. So ground turkey. Excuse me. But yeah, Saturday was the toughest. I was drinking water. Friday I made I think I was telling you a coconut curry soup. So I have meatless meals that I've made in the past. So I try to stick with those things because I'm like, I know that they're for, filling. Because when you go without meat, sometimes you finish eating and you still hungry.
Right.
And meat kind of makes you, it's like comforting. It's like comfort food. It makes you tired. That's one thing. I know I was telling Amber about the animal products. I'm like, meat, when you ingest something that's dead, it makes you feel tired. Mm-hmm. It makes you feel like kind of sluggish.
Right.
And when you eating vegetables, you do, as much as it's hard to, get away from the meat stuff, it's like you feel a little bit more energy, more alive, So I didn't give a damn, no. I was like, by this point, let me have my ground turkey. And what I'm going to try to do is just limit the meat. Mm-hmm. Like try to do 2 or 3 days a week where I don't have it. Because I just feel better. Outside of the fasting part of it, it's just like I feel better when I'm doing that. The other thing is, I know we talked a couple times during the fast, but this go around, I didn't really have like a strong intention behind my fast besides supporting, Amber, which is enough. But I would say it wasn't as impactful, I guess, as the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
Because I had like a strong intention. And maybe I should have just carried that intention on throughout. But I don't know. Maybe because it was a weekend and then, you have my husband's here all day, every day. So my focus wasn't as
centered.
Exactly as it was before. Because when I'm here by myself, like I can get up and have my routines.
Yeah.
And when somebody's here, it just kind of throws that off.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So, what was I about to say? For me, I found myself eating more during the fast than I normally would. So typically during like a regular work day, I would and I got this from when I was working out before. When I was working out before, because I lost 50 pounds. I can't tell now, but I did lose 50 pounds at one point, maybe 2 years ago, and then I gained it all back during quarantine. But during that time, what I would do is I would do shakes for breakfast and for lunch, and then eat a small portion of whatever I cook for the family. Even when I stopped working out, though, I kept that kind of unhealthy relationship with food where I wouldn't eat for breakfast and lunch. I would just, instead of doing the shakes, I would just supplement with coffee for breakfast and for lunch. And then instead of a small portion, I'm having whatever.
I'm eating tonight.
You're starving by the end of the evening when you do that to yourself. So you're literally eating snacks, cake, cookie, anything that's in reach. Like, you want to eat it. And so I've held that, like I said, unhealthy relationship with food. And I guess one thing that came up during the fast was like, you have to feed yourself. Like, you have to nourish yourself. You have to, like, if you love yourself truly, and we talked about this yesterday, if you love yourself truly, you will, like, care for yourself.
Take care of yourself.
It's not just masks and baths. And that's a part of it.
Yeah, it is.
But another part of it is feed your damn self. Like, give yourself nourishment. And so I was telling her, I had made like a stir fry. What was that? Saturday? Was that Saturday?
Yeah, it was Saturday.
Or Friday?
Because we was both struggling.
It was Saturday, but I could literally taste like how sweet carrots are and the crunchiness of the snap peas and like everything just tastes so like.
Your senses.
Now I was hungry too. So that's another part of it. Is like probably you starving, so you just
everything's delicious.
Put a rock in your mouth, you'll probably be like, oh.
This is the best rock.
Right. But I think it was because that was breaking that just, I don't know, mindset of like I can't eat anything or just not eating anything, and so forcing me to like do that.
and sitting down, and I don't know, everything seems more intentional when you are fasting. So whereas you might eat, you just scarf it down and you don't really like sit down with your meal
Mm-hmm.
and really like savor it. And I don't know, it seems like everything that you do when you're fasting is just a little bit more intentional.
Yeah.
So that could be it too, like
Yeah.
actually sitting down and focusing on what you're eating instead of
Exactly.
doing 10 things
A
as you're
hundred
eating.
things as I'm
Yeah.
eating. Right. That too.
So
So for me, spiritually, my intention, I got it when we left. When I left her house Wednesday, was what did I say the intention was?
I am.
No, that was the mantra.
Oh, okay. The intention
Oh,
was,
my
I don't know.
intention. Here we go. My intention was, who am I and what is my purpose? And
Mm.
then the mantra
Mm-hmm.
was, I am. Now, I had, especially when I first got introduced into like, I don't even know what you call it, spiritual awakening or like manifesting or like that whole, what do you,
Self love journey.
yeah. But this is back when I was at work. Like, that's when I first, it's a book by, I think Neville Goddard entitled I Am. And I had listened to the audio of it back when I was working. Like,
Yeah.
so I had kind of an understanding of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you got all this time now. I was really like doing a lot of research on it. Like, what does it mean during the fast? Like, how does it resonate with me? All of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I listened to the audiobook again. Basically, I am, from what my understanding is, I am is the name of God. When
Right.
God revealed himself to Moses, and he said his name, I am that I am, that was what he referred to him or herself as. Let y'all do your own discretion with
Right.
that. Him or herself as I am, right? But of course, it wasn't English. It was in Hebrew or whatever language it originally Moses spoke, right? But when he said it, and I'm just saying he for this conversation, when he said it, it was just consonants, no vowels. So you couldn't even say what it was in their language, right? It changed into, or the Hebrews or the people of Moses' time put in vowels so they could actually say it.
Okay.
And then it equated to Yeshua, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeshua goes into our language as what is it? I can't think of it.
And I don't know it, y'all, because she giving me a lesson. I really don't know.
Not Messiah, but I'll insert it here if
Yeah.
I come back to it. And then of course that all went down into basically I am.
Okay.
That was the history behind it.
Mm.
So I'm like, okay, that's deep. Like,
Right.
and how does that resonate with me? So then I didn't want to just get stuck with just the Christian version of it, right? Because this is a spiritual journey, and I'm not excluding any information that I learned.
Right.
So I listened to another audio. I'm not even gonna begin to try to say this man's name, but he's like a Buddhist basically.
Okay.
And it was a conversation between. It was almost like he was having a conversation between himself, not him and like a student or someone coming to ask him for his wisdom or advice.
Mm.
It was like next level understanding. Some of the stuff just went completely clean over my head. Like, I'm like, okay, that's
not
way
for me.
too deep,
Yeah.
right? But the gist of it was basically, I am is you. God lives within you. We have the tendency to try to put God as over there or separate from us, when in all actuality, God lives within us, and we have dominion and control over our lives, right?
Mm.
So that came in. What?
No, go ahead.
Okay, that came in, and what else? It was a lot.
So you were talking about the I am, and that was your mantra, obviously, but you were trying to figure out what your purpose was. Do you feel like you got closer to it during the fast? I know it was a short fast, so what did you figure out from the fast outside of what your intention was? Like, what came to you while you were fasting besides the food part? Because we know you need to nourish your damn body and eat.
Yeah. So this is about to be a lot.
Well, let's get into it. That's what we're here for. Let me curl my feet up.
Right.
I'm cold. Let me snuggle up.
Okay, so I don't even know how to begin unpacking this shit, but here we go. All right, Saturday night. So during this process, I didn't tell Kendall that I was about to start fasting.
Right. He didn't know until Sunday night, right?
Exactly. He didn't know. He didn't know until Saturday.
Oh, okay, it was
So
Saturday.
he came in Saturday, and because
That's
he
right.
kept texting me, he's like, "Did y'all eat or whatever?" So I told y'all I made a stir fry. I tried to give the boys that because the girls went to my mom's house for the weekend. They was like, "Girl, what is this? Like,
vegetables.
give us food."
What did son say when I called? He was like, I don't like all that colored stuff. Like, I don't like all those colors. Like, what, vegetables?
Yes.
No, I don't want that.
They want pizza.
Right.
So he was texting, Kendall was texting me like, what you, I'm gonna get something to eat. I was like, yeah, you might want to get the boys something because they didn't like what I fixed them earlier. He was like, what about you? I was like, I'm good. So he still didn't know. So when we got home, he was like, you not eating? What's up? Like, you good? And I'm like, yeah, I gotta tell you something. Now, mind you, I'm a day in now.
Yeah.
Like, so I told him, I'm like, yeah, like, I'm fasting. And we went into a whole conversation. And